I'm very concerned. I'm very concerned for a couple of reasons. Number one, I don't like their three-point shooting. Number two, I didn't like the fact that they had to squeeze by the Los Angeles Clippers, even though the Clippers didn't have Harold or Lou Williams. And number three, the Toronto Raptors gave it to them the other night. I'm looking at Anunoby, who played well. Kyle Lowry put on the show. I'm looking at guys like Danny Green playing 19 minutes, not scoring a single point. JR only played 7 minutes, not scoring a single point. I'm worried about who does LeBron James and Anthony Davis have to rely upon as the competition becomes stiffer and stiffer come playoff time. Now, obviously, I'm not going to jump off some ship because LeBron James in playoff action is LeBron James, and he can figure things out, create mismatches and things of that nature. I'm just saying the bottom line is somebody's got to step up and help him and Anthony Davis. I'm not worried about Anthony Davis, measly 14 points in 35 minutes or stuff like that. We know that's not a regular with him. That is clearly an aberration. I'm just simply saying that you've got to show me something other than just Anthony Davis and LeBron James if you're going to beat a Houston Rockets or a Los Angeles Clippers squad. That's where my concern with the Lakers come in. The fact that they don't have Avery Bradley, a tenacious on-ball defender who can hit some spot-up threes. Obviously, Rondo, he's out for a while. That puts more of an onus on LeBron James. I'm just looking at the depth of the Los Angeles Clippers and the way the Rockets come at you. And I'm saying to myself, there is cause to pause and to be very, very concerned about the Los Angeles Lakers. Again, it's just a couple of games after a nearly 5 month break. We all get that. But it's a short window to get ready and to answer the call. And those teams, along with the Torontos of the world and others, appear to be more ready than what I'm seeing from the Los Angeles Lakers right now.
Well, I'm not worried at all. When we talk about LeBron James, one of the greatest of all time, we know when he go blackout mode and he shut down his social media, he turns on a light switch that no one in the NBA could match. He goes straight into beast mode. And then we're talking about a guy in Anthony Davis, a generational talent, one of one, a guy that we've never seen before. Versatile big, does it on both ends. Here it is. The Lakers have the most championship experience out of any other team in the league. Now, you talked about Danny Green, Stephen A., but we all know that Danny Green will step up in the big moments. He's done it on multiple occasions to help teams win championships. I'm looking at Dion Waiters, who deserves more minutes. I believe he should be playing 25 to 30 minutes a game because he's a guy that not only could create for himself, but create for others. And Kyle Kuzma, finding his niche. He's had a 25-point night. He's been doing well. J.R. Smith. And let's not leave out Caldwell Pope, who's been playing pretty good. He's played pretty good on the defensive end, and he stretches the floor and knocks down. And they still have 2 7-footers that are jumping off of trampolines that could protect the paint, and Dwight Howard and JaVale McGee. So when I'm looking at this Laker team and the leadership of LeBron James, the greatest of all time, I have zero concerns when it comes down to the postseason.
Come on, Perk. I mean, let's be objective here. Zero concerns, and you can at least have some concerns, even though that you still have them favored to win the whole thing. We don't have to be that extreme here. LeBron James averages 10 assists per game. He is their major facilitator. After he can't facilitate anymore, who else can lead that? And that's a major question that you have for the Lakers. You know, not having Rajon Rondo, who was second on this team in assists per game, who is such an orchestrator being out there on the court. Not having Avery Bradley that not only applies great ball pressure, but still can make good decisions here or there. Now, I'm not saying that Alex Caruso isn't a very talented player. I love Alex Caruso. But you don't have somebody that can make the game easier for everybody else. Right? Dion Waiters, you say he needs more minutes. I agree with you. But Dion Waiters is looking to attack and score the rock for himself. J.R. Smith looking to attack and score the rock for himself. AD, more of a, he's on the wing sometimes, still looking to put the ball down the ground.
That's not true.
I'm just saying, but they're not known for doing it. It's more hockey passes that the Lakers have to do.
No, they're not.
Hold on, Perk. Let me finish now. All I'm saying is when it comes down to the stretch, not having somebody else that can make the game easier on LeBron makes LeBron have to carry so much of the load. And if he does have to go through the Clippers, not only you asking him to defend all the time, you're also asking him now to be the guy that carries his team offensively almost each and every other possession to make the game easier. That's a lot of weight for LeBron James to carry at this stage of his career. I'm not saying he can't do it, but it has to give you some concern when you think about it. You can't have zero concerns and say that on national TV.
Well,
But excuse me, Jay
Perk,
Will.
let me say.
Well, go ahead, Stephen A.
I said, let me say something to you, Perk. I mean, you usually look very, very annoyed when people disagree with you. So I've got bad news for you. You're going to have a very, very bad day today because right now you've been disagreed upon a couple of times, okay? So it's not just Jay aggravating you. It's me, too. Here's the deal, Perk. Here's the problem with what you're saying about LeBron. And I'm not saying you're wrong because LeBron, I believe in them. Don't get me wrong. But my point to you is, have you ever listened to you talk about James Harden? Have you ever listened to you talk about Russell Westbrook? Have you ever listened to yourself talk about these guys? You speak about them in incredibly, incredibly glowing fashion. My point to you is, Perk, they going up against LeBron. So the very things that you say about LeBron, you've been saying about them too. So as a result of that, I mean, what you gonna do?
Get him.
Because if LeBron doesn't have any help,
Stephen A.
well, if LeBron is the facilitator that Jay pointed out, what happens when he kicks it to these other guys and they don't step up the way LeBron is capable of stepping up? What's he gonna do? Thanks for watching ESPN on YouTube. For live streaming sports and premium content, subscribe to ESPN Plus.